Picture this. It is 2 a.m. The house is quiet. Outside, the streetlights are glowing softly, but you are wide awake again, walking slowly across the cold floor to the bathroom. By the time you return to bed, your body is tired, your mind is restless, and falling back asleep feels impossible. For millions of older adults, this is not just one night, it is every night. And over time, these broken hours of sleep leave you drained in the morning, less steady on your feet, and more forgetful during the day. Today, I'm going to show you that it does not have to stay this way. The answer is not a sleeping pill. It is not about giving up water or living with discomfort. The solution may already be waiting in your kitchen. Ginger. Used the right way, ginger can relax your bladder, calm those false signals, and let you sleep all the way until sunrise without interruption. Before we begin, I'd love to hear from you. Where are you watching this video from and what time is it right now? Leave a comment below. I can't wait to see your answers. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button. If not, just give it a like. It really helps this channel grow. So stay with me because the way you use ginger tonight could be the simple key to peaceful sleep tomorrow. Why? Older adults wake up at night to urinate. One of the most important shifts after the age of 60 is the decline of a hormone called vasopressin. This hormone normally tells the kidneys to slow down urine production during sleep, allowing the bladder to stay calm through the night. When vasopressin levels drop, the kidneys keep filtering at the same speed they do during the day, which means more urine fills the bladder even when the body is trying to rest. Many older adults in both the United States and India quietly accept this as part of aging, yet they are left wondering why their nights feel shorter and their mornings heavier than before. Another hidden change comes from the bladder itself. In youth, the bladder can hold almost 2 full cups of liquid before signaling the brain that it needs to empty. After 60, those nerves grow more sensitive. Now, the urge can come with less than half a cup, about 5 ounces or 150 milliliters. Imagine waking up at 2 in the morning for what turns out to be just a trickle. It feels frustrating, it interrupts the deepest stages of sleep, and it leaves the mind foggy and the body unsteady the next day. Many seniors describe lying awake afterward, unable to drift back, replaying their worries in the dark room. Lifestyle habits add another layer to the problem. A warm bowl of soup with dinner, a comforting cup of tea at 9 o'clock, or even slices of watermelon as a late-night snack may seem harmless. But these fluids all count toward what the bladder must handle during the night. Because the kidneys are already working harder in older age, extra evening liquids become a heavy burden. In America, many seniors enjoy herbal teas or milk before bed, while in India, it may be masala chai or rasam. Each culture carries traditions that feel soothing, but often worsen nighttime urination. The result is restless sleep, tired mornings, and sometimes even the fear of falling during late-night bathroom trips. The good news is that awareness gives back control. By shifting most fluids to earlier in the day and by being mindful of sensitive evening drinks, older adults can reduce nighttime awakenings. It is not about giving up comfort, but about timing it wisely. Once this adjustment is made, many people find themselves sleeping longer, waking more refreshed, and feeling once again that their body is an ally rather than an obstacle. The healing power of ginger. For centuries, ginger has been treasured in Indian households not only as a spice, but also as a quiet medicine. In Ayurveda, the ancient medical tradition of India, ginger is described as warming to the body, calming to the stomach, and protective against inflammation. Modern science in the West has confirmed many of these insights. Researchers now recognize that ginger contains natural compounds like gingerol and shogol that reduce inflammation in the body and improve circulation. For older adults, this matters because inflammation often underlies problems ranging from joint pain to heart strain. When digestion slows with age, ginger also acts like a gentle helper, allowing food to move more smoothly through the stomach and intestines. By easing this burden, the body feels lighter at night and sleep becomes less restless. What many people do not realize is that ginger also plays a role in calming the bladder. Just as it soothes an upset stomach, it can relax the sensitive nerves that sit along the bladder wall. These nerves become more reactive with age, sending urgent signals to the brain even when the bladder is far from full. Ginger appears to reduce these false messages by lowering irritation and supporting a steadier rhythm of muscle contractions. Imagine an older adult in New Jersey who had been waking 3 times a night. After starting a warm ginger infusion with dinner, she noticed the urges became less sharp and less frequent. The change was not instant, but over several nights, she found her body responding with a new kind of calm. Helen, a 76-year-old widow from Florida, who had quietly resigned herself to broken nights. For years, she woke up 3 or 4 times, moving carefully with her walker to the bathroom. She often returned to bed wide awake, staring at the ceiling, and by morning, she felt groggy, unsteady, and nervous about driving to her weekly church meeting. A neighbor suggested she try ginger tea, but Helen dismissed it, at first thinking, how can something so simple help? Still, one evening, she sliced fresh ginger into a mug of warm water, added a spoon of honey, and sipped it slowly an hour after dinner. The first night felt no different, but by the fifth night, she realized she had slept 6 hours without waking once. After 2 weeks, her nights stretched into 7 continuous hours of rest, something she had not felt in nearly a decade. Her story reflects what many older adults discover: small, consistent choices can create real change. Ginger does not act like a sleeping pill. It works more gently, lowering irritation, balancing the bladder, and easing the body into its natural rhythm. For someone who has felt trapped by restless nights, this shift brings not only better sleep, but also renewed confidence. It means fewer dangerous trips to the bathroom in the dark, clearer memory during the day, and a lighter mood with family. The lesson is simple but powerful. With patience and the right approach, even a humble root like ginger can restore dignity and rest to the later years of life. How to use ginger for a full night's sleep. The timing of when you take ginger matters almost as much as how you prepare it. Many older adults make the mistake of sipping tea or warm drinks right before bed, hoping to drift into sleep more easily. Instead of resting, they find themselves awake 2 hours later, walking to the bathroom under dim light and struggling to settle back again. The truth is that fluids consumed too close to bedtime place extra pressure on the bladder and wake the kidneys when the body wants to be still. That is why experts suggest enjoying ginger between 6 and 7 in the evening. This window allows the body to absorb its calming compounds while also leaving enough time for digestion and fluid balance before you lie down. Seniors who shift this habit often discover that their nights stretch longer and their mornings feel lighter without the fog of interrupted rest. The preparation itself does not need to be complicated. A simple method is often the most effective, especially for older adults who want something gentle and reliable. Slice a piece of fresh ginger about the size of your thumb and place it into 8 ounces of warm water, roughly 1 cup. Let it steep for 10 minutes so the natural oils have time to blend into the liquid. For those who prefer a softer taste, adding a teaspoon of honey can provide sweetness without straining digestion. The warmth of the drink relaxes the stomach. The ginger soothes the bladder, and the slow ritual of sipping can prepare both mind and body for rest. Many seniors describe it as a moment of calm, a pause in the day that signals the transition towards sleep. Of course, not everyone enjoys the same flavor, and variety can make the routine easier to keep. A squeeze of fresh lemon adds brightness and vitamin C, though those with sensitive stomachs may want to avoid too much citrus at night. Cinnamon is another popular addition. Just a small stick steeped with ginger creates a soothing aroma, supports blood sugar balance, and gives the tea a warming comfort on cool evenings. For those who do not always have fresh ginger on hand, powdered ginger can be used instead. Half a teaspoon stirred into warm water still carries the same beneficial compounds, though the flavor is often stronger and slightly sharper. Each version has its own strengths, and the key is finding what feels comfortable for your body. Common mistakes. When using ginger, one of the first mistakes many older adults make is drinking ginger tea too late in the evening. The intention is good. They hope a warm drink will calm the body and invite restful sleep. But fluids consumed at 9 or 10 o'clock often backfire. The bladder fills while the kidneys remain active, and within a few hours, the urge to urinate pulls you out of bed. Imagine finally drifting into a deep slumber, only to wake at 2 in the morning for a trip across a dark hallway. The disruption not only robs you of rest, but also increases the risk of falls, especially when balance is already fragile. A healthier choice is to enjoy ginger between 6 and 7 in the evening, giving the body time to process the liquid before bedtime. That small adjustment can mean the difference between a broken night and a peaceful one. Another common error is assuming that if a little ginger is good, then more must be better. In reality, too much ginger can irritate the stomach, creating a burning sensation or discomfort that lingers through the night. For seniors who already struggle with acid reflux or ulcers, heavy doses of ginger may worsen the problem. I once met a gentleman from Arizona who began adding large spoonfuls of powdered ginger to his evening tea, convinced it would erase his sleepless nights. Within days, he was battling heartburn that left him more restless than before. His doctor later explained that moderation is key. Just a thumb-sized slice or half a teaspoon of powder is enough to bring benefit without harm. Ginger should feel soothing, not harsh, and listening to the body's response is essential. The third mistake comes from combining ginger with the wrong partners. Many people think it is harmless to pull ginger straight from the refrigerator, chop it cold, and drop it into water. But very cold ginger shocks the digestive system, especially at night when the stomach is less active. Others mix ginger with highly acidic fruits like orange or grapefruit before bed, creating a drink that unsettles the bladder and sparks extra urges to urinate. A woman in New Jersey shared that she used to blend ginger with lemon juice at 9 o'clock each night, only to find herself awake twice before dawn. When she switched to warm ginger with a touch of honey at dinner time, her sleep improved within a week. The lesson is simple: keep the preparation gentle, warm, and easy on the stomach. These mistakes do not mean ginger is unsafe. They are reminders that even natural remedies work best when used with care. For older adults in both the United States and India, the goal is not just to try something new, but to do it wisely. By choosing the right time, the right amount, and the right preparation, ginger becomes a friend instead of a frustration. And once these adjustments are made, many discover that the nights they thought were lost to age can return quietly, bringing back rest, energy, and the confidence that better health is still possible. Evening habits that strengthen ginger's effect. Many older adults in both the United States and India eat late in the evening, believing that a warm bowl of soup or a plate of fruit will feel light on the stomach. In reality, watery foods like broth watermelon or raw tomatoes add fluid to the bladder just as the body is preparing for rest. This extra liquid increases the chance of waking up 2 or 3 times during the night. A better choice is to eat before 7 o'clock, keeping the meal gentle but nourishing. Perhaps a small portion of steamed vegetables with rice or chapati, or a baked sweet potato with a piece of grilled chicken. By finishing early and choosing solid foods over watery ones, you give the body time to digest and balance fluids before bedtime, reducing strain on the kidneys and bladder. Another helpful step is adjusting sleeping posture. Many seniors continue lying flat on their back, but this position often places pressure directly on the bladder. Shifting to the left side with a small pillow between the knees eases that pressure and improves blood circulation. This simple change can reduce the number of false signals that wake you at night. A retired teacher from Texas once shared how nervous she felt walking to the bathroom in the dark after back surgery. When she started side sleeping with a pillow, she not only felt fewer urges to get up, but she also noticed her back pain easing. It was a small shift that made her nights calmer and her mornings safer. Finally, the environment of the bedroom plays a much larger role than many realize. A cool room kept between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit or around 18 to 20 degrees Celsius helps regulate body temperature and prevent sweating that can trigger thirst and extra fluid loss. Light cotton clothing and breathable sheets reduce irritation, allowing the body to relax without overheating. Adding a short breathing practice before bed can also be powerful. Sitting for 5 minutes with one hand on the chest and one on the belly, inhaling through the nose and exhaling slowly through the mouth signals the nervous system to slow down. This not only prepares the mind for rest, but also calms the bladder from sending false alarms. Many seniors describe this ritual as a gift of peace, helping them let go of the day's worries and settle into a night of deeper sleep. By combining these evening habits with the gentle power of ginger, older adults can create the conditions for true rest. It is not about perfection, but about awareness, small adjustments that together can return the healing sleep every body deserves. Misconceptions you need to avoid. Many seniors believe the best way to reduce nighttime urination is to drink less water during the day. On the surface, this sounds logical, but inside the body, the result is the opposite. When you drink too little, the blood becomes thicker, forcing the kidneys to work harder and filter waste more aggressively at night. This often leads to a sudden burst of urine production just when you are trying to sleep. A 70-year-old man in California once shared that he stopped drinking water after lunch thinking it would help. Instead, his mouth grew dry, his blood pressure rose, and his nights were still broken. The truth is spreading water intake through the day, especially in the morning and afternoon, is healthier and more effective than starving your body of fluids. Another belief that misguides many is the idea that nighttime urination is only caused by prostate problems. While prostate enlargement is indeed an issue for older men, women also struggle with frequent nighttime urges, often for the same reasons: sensitive bladder nerves, late meals, or too many fluids in the evening. A woman from Ohio described how she felt, embarrassed, convinced it was only a male problem. When she learned that her habits, not her gender, were driving her nighttime awakenings, she felt both relieved and empowered. It is important to recognize that this challenge is not limited to men, and that both men and women can benefit from the same gentle lifestyle changes. Perhaps the most damaging misconception is the idea that waking up several times at night is just an unavoidable part of aging. This quiet resignation robs older adults of hope, leaving them to accept fatigue, memory lapses, and the risks of nighttime falls as normal. But medical research and personal stories prove otherwise. Small adjustments, drinking ginger tea in the evening, shifting dinner to an earlier hour, or keeping the bedroom cool and calm can restore several hours of uninterrupted sleep. A grandmother in New Jersey once told her daughter, "I thought broken nights were my fate." 2 months later, after changing her habits, she was sleeping 6 hours straight for the first time in years. These misconceptions may seem harmless, but they carry heavy costs in quality of life. By challenging them gently and replacing them with better choices, older adults in both America and India can reclaim nights of rest, mornings of energy, and a renewed sense of control over their health. In a quiet neighborhood in Pune, India, a 68-year-old grandmother had resigned herself to restless nights. For nearly a decade, her bedtime ritual was the same: a comforting cup of chai with milk around 9 in the evening, followed by a few pages of scripture before turning off the light. She believed this routine calmed her nerves, but she did not realize the caffeine, sugar, and liquid were fueling her bladder long after she fell asleep. Almost every night she woke twice, sometimes 3 times, walking carefully in the dark to the bathroom. The broken sleep left her eyes heavy in the morning, her mood short with her grandchildren, and her confidence slowly fading. When relatives visited, she smiled politely, but inside she felt older than her years. A family friend finally suggested something simple: replace the late tea with a small cup of warm ginger water at 6:30 in the evening. She hesitated at first, doubting that such a small shift could matter. But within 2 weeks she noticed something remarkable. She slept 6 hours straight, woke feeling lighter, and told her daughter with tears in her eyes, "I feel like I've been given back a piece of my life." Across the ocean in Ohio, a 75-year-old widower faced the same challenge. His nights were broken into fragments, 3 or 4 bathroom trips, leaving him exhausted by sunrise. He began refusing invitations to breakfast with friends, and he even stopped driving at night because he felt too drained. His doctor suggested medication, but he worried about side effects and wanted a gentler option. With encouragement from his daughter, he began a simple experiment. He ate dinner by 6, swapped his evening coffee for a cup of ginger tea, adjusted his sleeping posture to his left side with a pillow between his knees, and kept his bedroom cool and airy. At first, the difference was small. He woke twice instead of 3 times. But by the end of the month, he was sleeping entire nights, through waking refreshed, steady on his feet, and ready to return to the activities he loved. He told his daughter, "I finally feel like myself again, like I can enjoy the simple things without fearing the night." These stories remind us that change does not require magic or miracles. It requires patience, gentle adjustments, and a willingness to care for the body with respect. Ginger is not a cure by itself, but when combined with wise habits, early dinners, mindful posture, and a calm environment, it can help unlock the restful nights so many older adults thought were lost. The message is hopeful even in later years. Peaceful sleep, brighter mornings, and renewed energy are still within reach. We have now walked through the hidden reasons why so many older adults wake up several times each night to urinate, and how these interruptions quietly drain energy, weaken memory, and increase the risk of falls. The decline of hormones, the sensitivity of the bladder, and the timing of fluids all play a role, but so does something much simpler: our habits. Ginger, long valued in both Indian and Western traditions, offers gentle support by calming inflammation, relaxing the bladder, and easing digestion. Combined with evening routines like early dinners, mindful posture, and a cool bedroom, it becomes more than a spice. It becomes a quiet ally for restoring the nights of rest that age seems to have stolen away. It is important to remember that good sleep is not a luxury or an indulgence. It is a basic right of every older adult, as vital as healthy food and safe shelter. Without restful nights, mornings feel heavy, moods turn fragile, and confidence fades in ways that affect independence. Too many seniors in both America and India whisper to themselves that broken sleep is simply part of aging, yet this belief leaves them trapped in fatigue. The truth is that small adjustments made consistently can open the door to stronger mornings, clearer thinking, and renewed joy. Rest is not only possible, it is something your body still remembers how to do. I encourage you now to take a simple step. For just 3 days, try preparing a small cup of warm ginger water in the early evening, adjust your dinner time, and notice what changes. Write down how many times you wake up and how your mornings feel. Then share your experience in the comments below by typing the word hope. That one word may inspire another older adult sitting quietly with the same struggle to believe change is still possible. And so, as we close this journey together, I leave you with a gentle blessing. May your nights be peaceful, free of the constant pull toward the bathroom. May your mornings be full of energy, your steps steady, and your heart calm. Because no matter your age, the gift of rest still belongs to you, and it can return one small choice at a time.